All right, Jackson. I think we're good. Let's rock and roll, brother.
All right, let's do this, bro. What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 276 of Boog Life, Pitted with Action and Manny V. I'm coming to you from the heart of NASCAR Valley, Charlotte, North Carolina. Manny V in the tropical paradise that is Panama.
Thanks, Jackson. Yeah, I'm here at the Bocas Invitational opening ceremony, and of course, as soon as we start, the music's gonna play. So if it gets too loud, let me know. I do have a volume to control the volume coming out the mics on this end, but yeah, pretty excited. Today it marks the first day of the event. Tomorrow we're gonna go live with the first round. We're gonna finish off the men's category all day tomorrow. Thursday we're gonna see the drop knee and women's and juniors divisions going down on Thursday. So more in that in the book news. But yeah, I'm freaking pretty pumped to be down here in Bocas del Toro, Panama once again.
I'm a little envious, bro. I've never been to Panama, and the wave there is that they're competing at unreal.
Yeah, I mean, I'm seriously considering putting together a bodyboarding trip to Bocas del Toro for next year. So would love,
That would be something to jump on.
yeah.
All right, so let's get into it. Shout outs. My shout out this week goes to Custom X Bodyboards. We are ready to launch the TMPD quad concave board, the signature model for our dear friend Tyrone Perez. I cannot say thank you enough to CEO Kim Norick and Master Craftsman Pete PMA Anaya for making this happen, as well as letting me be involved with the creative process for this board. We had been in discussions with Tyrone about putting out this board before his untimely passing, and I really made it a personal passion project to make sure that this came to fruition.
I mean, the board itself looks amazing, and I think this is a pretty awesome tribute to, not only a team rider, but man, I had the pleasure of hanging out with him before his passing, and he was truly a down to earth, true, honest guy. And yeah, this is pretty cool. I'm glad you stuck with it.
Well, Tyrone was one of my best friends from the moment I came back to the United States from Brazil in late 2017 and signed on with Custom X in early 2018. You know, he started out as a teammate and became like family. He was quite literally like a brother to me. And for 5 years, man, whether it was New Jersey, California, wherever, we'd cruise for waves, we'd hit up, food, the whole nine, and even when I moved out to California for a couple of years, whenever he flew into San Diego, man, I would scoop him up at the airport, and it was my turn to take him to In-N-Out Burger and cruise him up to the factory. So, and one of the great things about this board, and again, I can't say thank you to Kim and PMA enough. The royalties from the sale of this board that would have gone to Tyrone are getting rolled over into a college fund for his daughter.
That is pretty amazing, man. I'm really stoked you kept this alive and going. And yeah, what a very thoughtful and pretty awesome way to bring the board back and also contribute to the family.
Yeah, and so we're we're getting ready to launch the advertising campaign for this board now. Um, we're taking pre-orders, and all questions and inquiries about pricing and pre-orders can be emailed to staff@customx.com. And I'm really looking forward to getting this board out there because I know there's been a lot of people asking about it since Tyrone's passing last July. And I'm also excited that I'll be able to ship the first one manufactured at the factory to Tyrone's daughter and wife. And board number 2 will be going to me, and that board will not be unwrapped or ridden. That's that's something I plan on holding on to, bro.
No, I hear you, brother. I totally get it. And when do you see it? When do you see the third one getting into somebody's hands if they do have that pre-order in?
Whoever gets their order in first gets board number 3.
All right, right on.
So, like I said, if you're looking to order one, you have questions about pricing, specs, or just aren't even worried about it, just want to place the order, be sure to email staff@customx.com.
Epic. Okay, we'll make sure we write that down in the comments on YouTube, and also we'll put it in the description on Patreon.
All right.
Shout outs for me, Jackson, is going to be to the guys and girls who put the Bocas Invitational together. You and I both know how difficult it is to put together an international bodyboarding event. Now throw in the other factors of being on an island, streaming live, and also, just catering to those competitors that are coming from abroad and who've never been here before, let alone how to navigate the whole traveling to get here. You got to fly into Panama City. You got to take a little, putt plane across the channel to get to the islands. And then you also, if you dare, you can also drive across the channel to get to these islands. But once you get here, man, this place is paradise. The waves are perfect for bodyboarding, perfect for surfing, longboarding. They got waves that cater to all levels and all wave riding vehicles. So again, my shout out goes to the guys who kept this event going, even though, this year they did have to pull a lot of strings to make it happen. But we'll see in the end how it turns out. I'm sure it'll all fall into place. But I think I may put in my just put in my hat into the ring and try to help them keep this going, perpetuating it for years to come, because it is a very cool event for a lot of people to partake. So I'll talk to the guys and see how I can make it happen. And to have you here would be freaking amazing. So stay tuned for that, brother.
All right, sounds good. Now, let's get into bodyboard news, and there's no shortage of news this week. First and foremost, just taking a peek over at my notes, the Shark Island Challenge is back for 2024. The contest window is May 24th through June 30th of this year. And, anybody who knows anything about the sport and history of bodyboarding knows how monumental this event has been. It's legendary. Some of the heaviest waves ever ridden in a competition happened right at Shark Island, and I'm looking forward to this year. It's already been announced and confirmed that defending world champion Tanner McDaniel will be there. Jacob Romero will be there. I haven't heard any names yet, but 4 of the local Shark Island guys will be there. I would love to see some old school names come out of the woodwork. Guys like Wingnut, Nugget, some former past champions like Andrew Lester, Damian King, Winnie. There's so many legends that have been a part of the Shark Island Challenge. I cannot fully express how stoked I am that this event is back. It hasn't run since 2017.
No, I'm right there with you. I saw Andrew Lester. He put his post out there and he is frothing. I think all these guys, the old legends, this event pretty much put competitive bodyboarding in heavy slabs on the map. And that was pretty awesome. So yeah, Jackson, while I got him, Ruben, we're going to come back to the Shark Island Challenge, but I have Ruben Villegas. He is one of the organizers in the event. Ruben,
Is it working?
Yeah, talk right into it.
Yeah.
All right, Ruben, thank you for coming on. I know you're super busy. You've been busy ever since
Yeah.
we started talking, but what does this event mean to you?
Well, this is actually the tropical dream.
It is a
Since the
tropical dream.
beginning. Yeah. Since when I was a kid, I started boogie boarding, bodyboarding. Yeah. And I used to watch the bodyboarding magazines and check you on the magazine in Baja and the Blue Wave, and then like the girls in bikini, blonde girls, and I was like, oh, I wish I thought that was like something that I will only see in magazines. I grew up in Colombia, no internet. Um, the waves are brown where I grew up, like brown water, not tourist. So I was like, oh, this is like a dream. And then when I moved to Panama and I got to meet Bocas del Toro after a few years bodyboarding, more than 10 years after that, I met this place and I was like, wow, this is what I was seeing in the magazines when I was a kid. So yeah, since then I saw the potential on the wave, and my dream was to one day maybe get the best bodyboarders in the world to compete in this beach, in Bluff Beach. And yeah, I'm happy that this is the third year already. It's been a lot of work to make it happen, a lot of effort, a lot of mistakes made, and learning every year and meeting amazing people and wonderful human beings like Mike. Like I got to meet my idols here, and I'm actually friends with them now. That means a lot to me. And when I travel here, they really like the place because it has some type of energy. Like you came here when you came here the first time.
1996.
I was not even bodyboarding by then.
Were you even born then?
I was.
Oh.
I'm almost 37.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, but yeah, so it has a special energy, and a lot of people come from Europe or from California, people like the United States, and they surf with wetsuit. Here it's like warm water, blue water, warm and blue, then golden sand, and there's also a lot of music scene. That's why we do here. We combine these because Bocas has so much to offer. Today we have a really amazing band local. They play like calypso, salsa, and we want to show this talent to the people out there. So they can have the full package. You have good waves, you have music, and also the gastronomy. We have um, really good restaurants here, and they have recipes, Caribbean recipes that I come from long time, and I just love eat here the local food. Sometimes you can even find really good place for $6. Like there's places here that are expensive, but if you know the right places, you go and you can find like super cheap food and amazing like taste. And yeah, that's all about the tropical dream and the event. And I wish, I hope, and I think we will keep doing it as a tradition for Panama and for bodyboarding itself.
Yeah, I was just mentioning to Steve Action Jackson that I would like to next year offer more. I want to keep this going because it is one of those events that I think everybody should be a part of and experience because it is, a tropical dream. It is amazing. So after the event, before I leave, we'll sit down and talk and see how much more I can do to make it happen because I think everybody should experience this.
Thank you so much, Manny. And yes, I was in California like just last year, and I got to meet some people there, to see some people and talk to some riders there, and that they really seen the movement online, but they just really haven't get the right information on time. And you tell me all the time, hey, Ruben, send me the packages. You have to do this. And I'm so sorry. I'm learning by the time. And now we're a bigger team, and now we believe more in the project. And I believe this next 2025 to 2025 we will have a bigger one and more organized. Now everything, the pieces are coming together to make it more easy for the riders to come here, because we understand that Bogas it's not cheap. It's not cheap if you don't book it on time. The transportation is an issue. I'm so sorry about that, man.
Don't worry,
I'm
it's
still
all
dealing
good.
with that. And yes, just to make it easier, because those are the issues that people think twice before coming here. And I think you already know how to do that because you have your business and that's what you do. So you could bring us a lot of help with that. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, like I said, whatever I can do to help for next year. But we're not there yet. 2024. What are some of the big names that are here?
Pierre Lee Cost. We have Portuguese champion. Rodrigo. I'm sorry, the name. We have Pirpo from Peru. He just confirmed.
People. Yes.
Pirpo, he just arrived. He's still in the water.
Okay.
He just arrived today. He's like, man, I really want to compete. He's gonna compete in junior and in man division.
Awesome.
Rodrigo Lopez from Portugal. I have just too many names in my head. We have this Danny Castro from Costa Rica. We have like 4 guys from Colombia team. Gilbert, he's from Colombia, but he lives here now in Boca since the first contest. He just said, I'm staying, and now he's local in gloves.
That's insane.
Yeah. So
what about the defending champion?
Yes, Sergio Machado is here, and actually he brought more Brazilians this time, so we have a bigger team. Actually, Bambuda is sponsoring a big room for the Brazilians with a lot of with food and very nice. This place is very beautiful, but the rooms are like unique. They really put love on it, and also they're giving them the food every day for the whole week for the Brazilians. So Bambuda is he's doing a big effort, and he's believing on this project. And I have good news also. Next year we will do 2 contests in Panama, one in the Pacific side in Santa Catalina, and one in Bluff. Bambuda he just opened a big place in front of the wave in Catalina. So
oh my God,
those things are coming. Yeah.
Okay, 2025 is looking awesome.
Yeah.
But 2024, I'm very excited
2
to see.
dates in Panama.
Yeah.
That's more if you want 2 prize monies, 2 ways, one in the Pacific side, one in the Caribbean.
Are they going to be separated, or are they going to be back to back?
They'll be back to back. One first, and then go to the other one.
That's going to be insane.
Yeah.
All right. Well, like I said, I'm here to help as any way as I can.
Thank you so much.
I know your hands are full. Thank you for your time.
Thank
you for taking care of us here. We did get the ATV from the Flying Pirates, and you didn't tell us that we were going to use the owner's wife's ATV, but we will not drive it on the beach, and we will not drive it in the water.
Okay.
So rest assured, we'll take care of your ATV.
Hey, you had a car from Luxury Car Rental, but you had independence. You want independence with your.
We turned down the Mercedes G-Wagon for an ATV.
It's actually a Suzuki Jimny. It's brand new. It's a nice car.
Oh my God! Don't tell me that.
Pierre is gonna take that one now.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's perfect. All right, so yeah, we're all set over here, Jackson. Steve Jackson, you can see him in New Jersey.
I can see him. That's right.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you soon, and thank you again for everything.
Have a good one, man. Thank you so much.
All right. So there you have it. The organizer had a dream, and he fulfilled it. And here we are in Bocas del Toro for the 3rd year. And it looks like the 4th year is going to be just as insane. So that is the rundown for the Bocas Invitational. I will be updating everybody with the links and everything else. So be ready for that. Thanks for that quick update, Jackson.
All right. And speaking of links, and we're jumping back to the Shark Island Challenge real quick. You can check sharkislandchallenge.com for updates. And one of the links I sent Manny to include with the YouTube video is a link for the Bodyboarding 101 blog, the history of the Shark Island Challenge. I have a list of the winners from 1997 to 2017, as well as a couple of footnotes about no contest in 2018 and how Shark Island was actually a backup location, a mobile site, along with Mystics for the 2019 APB Kiyama Pro. So be sure to check those out. Now moving
on. Hold on, let me show that on the screen real quick, just so, and I'll share the link as well. But if you haven't already done so, check out Bodyboarding 101. I think Jackson, you said you were going to have a little bit of time on your hands to update the posts and pretty much the whole website. I will be more than happy to help you with that. But yeah, this is a pretty awesome history that Jackson has accumulated over the years on bodyboarding in general with events. And yeah, this is freaking priceless. Thanks for posting that, Jackson.
Yeah, and there you can see just the list of names of guys that have won it. You know, Australian legends, Rizzo, Matt Percy, Bullet, McKenzie, Damian King, then of course Mike Stewart in there. GT, as you can see, won it 3 times in a row, the only 3-time winner of the Shark Island Challenge. And then, that the rest of that list, Ryan Hardy, Ben Player, Ewan Donacci, Winnie, Mitch, it's just Andy Lester. I mean, legends. And you know what? Winning the Shark Island Challenge only furthers that legendary status. Manny, I lost you there for a sec.
All right, there we are. We're back in, Jackson.
All right. Now moving along with the next item on our list of news. Some really big news. 2-time world champion Pierre-Louis Costas, after 13 years riding for Pride Bodyboards, has signed with Moray Bodyboards.
All right. I did ask PLC when he did arrive to Bocas del Toro that I would love to chat with him in depth about that transition and new sponsorship. How are your thoughts on that?
Mixed bag. We all know the tumultuous history of Moray Bodyboards and the sport of bodyboarding. I'm not going to go into that. All I'm going to do is wish Pierre good luck moving forward.
Oh, Jackson, we lost for a bit.
All right. Long story short, I'm just going to wish Pierre good luck and moving forward, and I hope it all works out.
Yeah, we'll get more information from PLC, and just the fact that the corporate company has finally come back around to put a little bit more, put a little bit of coin in some of the riders' pockets means a lot. And I'm stoked that PLC was the first one to jump on board. So that's great news.
And some more great news involving Pierre and Tanner McDaniel as well. Quite literally the day after last week's podcast, after we had gone into the IBC's failure to rectify the payment situation from the Eureka contest in 2023, Pierre and Tanner finally got paid after nearly 9 months. So, as much as I've been criticizing the IBC World Tour, I know that relying on government funding can be really tricky. We touched upon that as well. But I'd like to congratulate the IBC for getting that squared away.
I mean, that is very great news across the board, not only for the guys who got their paycheck, but also the fact that the IBC is trying to do good on their promise of paying their riders. So that was great news. Right on.
Now, another interesting piece of news, and again, it can tie in with what we were talking about last week. I had mentioned there were certain events missing from the World Tour schedule, and I went on the record as saying, figure it the fuck out, which resonated with a lot of people. Well, it just so happens that while the Morocco event was running for the first tour event of the season, Mike Stewart organized a pipeline expression session that featured the likes of Tanner McDaniel, 6-time world champ Guillermo Tamega, 3-time world champ Jeff Hubbard, a 2-time world champion Andre Botha, Spencer Skipper, and countless others. And I saw some of the video footage. It's raw footage, and it's basically everybody out for a free surf at Pipeline. But to see those names all out at Pipeline together, awesome.
Oh my God, I wish I was there to see that. I mean, how did that come about? Did we talk to Stewart, or did we? I mean,
Stewart made it happen. It was word of mouth. Nobody knew it was going down except for the people involved until after it was all said and done.
Well, I know I didn't get an invite only because I'm not a pipeline or pipe master like those guys. And it would be we need to share those videos, so we'll throw that link in the chat box as well.
And I don't want to leave out the ladies because there was a fair amount of female representation out in the water too. Names like Aoi Koike, oh, who else? Jessica Becker, Tracy Effinger. You know, so the ladies were in the mix too, and throw in some young talent like Kavika Kamai. I mean, I would have loved to have just been able to sit on the beach and watch that go down.
That would have been amazing. I totally agree. So let's get a collection of those video links and distribute them.
All right, and that's what I had for news this week.
Yeah, I mean the one thing I have is Jacob Romero, the Costa Rica trip. We didn't get as many people as we wanted, so we postponed that for next year. But Jacob, I threw it out to him, and I love traveling with Jacob. So I'm like, Jacob, Costa Rica is out for now. Are you okay with coming to Cabo with us? And of course, in true Jacob fashion, he said, not verbatim, "Hell's yeah, fuck us. Let's do this." So we'll be seeing Jake Romero in Cabo. So I already got a handful of people that are interested. So if you are interested on jumping on the Cabo trip with Jacob Romero, myself, I know JG will be there. Reach out to me at mannyv@epicsurftours.com. You know how to get a hold of me. You can message me via any one of my social media channels, whatever it takes. I'd love to have you guys. And Jackson, you know, for one, how amazing this trip is.
Yes, I've been on the trip twice before in the past. Never disappointed.
Right on. Okay. And yeah, the other bodyboarding news I have is just this the Bocas Invitational. As soon as I get the links where the live feed will be streaming from, I will post it on Patreon and pretty much across all my social media channels. So keep an eye on that. Or also follow Bocas International. And international is spelt with a C instead of a T in international. Invitational. And there you're going to see everything posted on their Instagram. That's where they're pretty much disseminating their information.
All right, and that brings us to what would be the Book Life video of the week. Manny will post the link in the chat section. And just to give you guys,
we have it, Jackson.
Oh, you have it, so you can bring it up. All right,
Yeah,
this week's video of the week is Mike Stewart bodyboarding at Pipeline. And just a reminder to all of you who might be keeping score, Mike's only a couple of months away from his 61st birthday, and he's still ripping Pipeline. He is, in my book, without question, still the king of pipe.
Let's have a look.
And that's straight down in my head. Dig it in.
Short and definitely sweet.
Yep, and thank you to Scooby Tubes on YouTube for that video clip. Yeah, it's only a 34-second clip, but gives you a really good idea of where Stewart is still at riding level wise after all these years. And just a little side note regarding Mike Stewart. Besides being 10-time pipe champion, 9-time world champion, and I've lost count of how many body surfing titles he's won, but he's also the only bodyboarder to win a world tour event in his 20s, his 30s, his 40s, and his 50s. So,
how can you match that?
If there's GOAT status in bodyboarding, there is no question Stewart is the one.
I agree, 100%. Check this out. We just got Sergio from the last year. He is the last year's winner of the event. He looks exhausted right now. He's just checking in. I asked him to sit down. We're gonna hold off. I want him to sit down here in the chair, but he looks exhausted. So I'll get a few words from him before the end of the week. But Jackson, thank you.
All right. Well, let's wrap this up as we should with our weekly motivation. This week's quote comes from one of my favorite music icons, Henry Rollins. And it goes like this. In winter, I plot and plan. In spring, I move. So for all of you out there, if you haven't started planning, get on it. Spring is coming and summer won't be far behind.
Amen to that. Thanks, Jackson.
All right, Manny, have fun there in Panama, and I'll catch up with you sometime during the week.
You got it. Thanks, brother.
All right, brother.